Chief Minister Siddaramaiah presented his record 17th budget today. From PRR, the Bengaluru Business Corridor, to Tunnel Road, to White Topping, all the names we've been hearing found a mention in the budget. But what is going to happen on ground is something we really need to look at. I'm Sneha Ramesh, I cover civic issues, and today with me is my colleague Naveen Menezes, who tracks Bangalore's development very closely. We'll be discussing what Bangalore got in the budget and what is going to change on ground for all of us. So Naveen, what are your initial thoughts about the budget?
Hi Sneha, so I will begin by breaking the budget into 4 parts.
Right.
There is state government allocation, there is central government allocation, then there is GBA, BDA, BWSSB funds, and the fourth and the larger component is the loan, external loan. And I also like the way Chief Minister started his budget. He said Bangalore is not merely a city, it's a land of countless dreams. I agree with that. It's a tall claim, and a lot of it to make Bangalore the most livable city does not require hundreds of crores. What it requires, I feel, is the enforcement and transparency and accountability with whatever you spend. Given under that note, primarily GBA has always been asking for higher allocation, but this year CM has committed 3,000 crore, which is a standard allocation that GBA and 5 corporations have been getting for the last 10 years.
So there's not been much of, because of the 5 corporations, there's not been much of a
there has
change.
not been any change. There has not been any increase in allocation. I feel Deputy CM will be unhappy with the grant that Bangalore has received, especially because the government, the GBA had sought and the Metro had sought at least 500 crore for the double decker between JP Nagar to Hebbal. That has not
been a mention at all
in the project. Yeah, and a lot of funds, a lot of announcements are projects that will be taken up using external funding,
right,
whether
so
it is tunnel loans, yeah,
basically loans. I think external funding when we say. Right. So like you said, the tunnel road, the Bengaluru business corridor, all of them have found a mention, and I think we've been hearing it so much of late. So, but apart from all of these, is there something new that the budget has given us?
Municipal bond is something new and interesting that I found in the budget. Maybe because the government anticipates there's going to be a revenue deficit in all 5 corporations. Could be because the increase in staff cost and administrative expenses.
So now majorly the corporations depend on the property tax. That's the major revenue.
Yeah, and they have been given one more option: raise loans using bonds. Something similar, so Metro did it when it started operations long ago. The revised master plan is not new, but government has told the GBA to complete it in next 2 years. So
we've been waiting for a long time.
For a long time, yeah. We have been using 2015 a master plan for so far.
So we've been, as I remember, there have been many deadlines earlier.
Many deadlines,
but the government had not interfered, right?
And this time it is not going to be the BDA which is going to do it. It is going to be both BDA and GBA. BDA will do it for its jurisdiction, and GBA will. That is something new. CMP, Comprehensive Mobility Plan, has always been there. One was prepared in 2020, but it was gathering dust. Now the government has said you update it in next 6 months.
We've already outgrown that, and we need a new one.
The fourth and another new announcement is going to be the intermediary ring road. This time Siddaramaiah has announced that IRR will be done, especially between Nelamangala and Bidadi. This stretch is also interesting because there is going to be a peripheral ring road, and beyond that it is going to be IRR. Maybe because the government thinks the next development will happen from West Bangalore to South Bangalore. Maybe because of the second international airport.
Right.
Now that you cover a lot of health and water issues, tell me something that you found interesting in the budget.
I think on the health part, there have been a few interesting announcements. One thing is heart treatment with all these sudden heart attacks and all of it. I mean, generally also it's been a talking point always, and we know that Jaideva is one of the most sought after hospitals for cardiac treatment. So what I felt was very interesting for people was they want to set up a regional center of Jaideva at a BBMP multi-speciality hospital in Govindarajan Nagar. So given that the Jaideva Institute is almost crowded always, I think this regional institute is going to ease a little bit of burden and also kind of help people to get access to treatment faster and also at a easier pace. So that was one thing, and I think one other announcement, which is, I mean, they've allocated about 1 crore to set up a IVF center at Vani Vilas Hospital, which we know that IVF treatment is becoming popular now, and but it is very expensive in private centers, given that they have to go for multiple cycles and all of it. I think it's going to be very expensive in private centers. So this center at Vani Vilas Hospital will probably help a lot of people get it at a discounted price and make it more accessible for people. One other thing the budget also said was the government wants to rename the Victoria Hospital as Shantaveri Gopal Gowda Hospital, which I mean, on ground there might be not much of a effect of it, but I think Victoria Hospital is known as a landmark. So going ahead it will be called the Shantaveri Gopal Gowda Hospital. So that is about the major announcement on the health front. And with respect to Kaveri water, I think BWSSB has already had 5 stages from so many decades, and the last stage was just completed last year. So now they've proposed for the new stage, and they want to get 60 MC extra water from additional water from Kaveri. But I don't think, I mean, what we know is this is not for core Bangalore as such. So we know core Bangalore is almost satisfied, given that we've got enough allocation. This is mostly for the outer areas close to Bangalore, maybe Hoskote, Devanahalli and all of those places. So that's what the BWSSB plan is, and it has found a mention in the budget, but not that it has got any allocation. We know that these projects run into thousands crores. They estimate that it is going to be about 6,900 crores. So again, they will again depend on the loans, and I think it's going to take more than a decade to see.
And that's also going to be the last project, of getting water from River Kaveri.
I think we've exhausted our share of it. So, but again, we don't know how long this project is going to go on, and what changes will happen in a decade if it is going to go on for a decade. Because the last project, the stage 5, I think it took
almost a decade.
So
that's the pace of BWSSB's work.
Right. So this is in the BWSSB and waterfront. But again, going back to the earlier mentions of tunnel road, PRR and all of it, we're speaking about it. There have been debates, there have been people, there have been controversies, people have objected it widely and all of it. But again, all of these projects have still found a mention in the budget. But has there been any allocation, or is it again a packaging of the same thing? What is that the budget says about these?
I'm not sure how many people will like the tunnel road, but it has made a mention in the budget, and not just the south to north corridor. There is also going to be another corridor which is between east to west, that is KR-Puram to Nayandahalli, 40,000 crore. Government is not going to give any money. It is going to be taken up under boot model, which means end of the day people will have to pay a lot of toll to use that if the project actually happens. The second one is peripheral ring road. It has been in the making for the last 2 decades. Finally, there has been some momentum.
Again, peripheral ring road was also, funding was the main issue why it was...
Funding and land acquisition. Deputy CM has come up with a new scheme, that is 5 options of compensating farmers. Kind of attractive to some. And the project cost is 27,000 crore. Government is not going to give any money, but it is going to stand as a guarantor
Okay.
which is
still some push for the project. So-
and looks like the government wants to complete it in the next 3 to 4 years.
Okay, that's interesting. So finally, this project is
Yeah,
gaining momentum, and
yes.
we might see it happen in the near
Correct.
future.
Yes, yeah.
Right. So all of that said and done, I mean, after breaking down the budget, looking at thousands of crores and all of it, what I personally feel is more than the numbers, we should see work on ground. So I think that is what matters to all of us at the end of the day. So whether you allot 4,000 crores, 3,000 crores or anything, what happens on ground is, I think that is what the corporation should also focus on, you know, getting the projects done at a faster pace, because we've always written that this deadline is passed, but for this to be effective on ground,
a lot of money is spent on, you know, projects that government may feel important, but generally, you know, we don't know how important it is.
Right.
Because over the years, a lot of money has been, you know, pumped into Bangalore.
Correct.
But the infrastructure has never seen any major improvements.
Right. So what happens on ground is something that we want to see
track,
going
and
ahead.
we also would like to track what's happening.
So for more updates on the budget and other issues, you can log on to deccanherald.com. You can also follow us on social media handles to get regular updates, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel where you'll get more of analysis and all the developments. Thank you for watching.